There you go. We were scattered in slavery. So guess what? You take on the characteristics of your slave master. That's why our last names be Jackson, Jones, Smith. Those aren't Israelite last names. Are those Hebrew names? No. That's why you say, hey, how are you doing, sir, today? Rather than shalom. Shalom. We don't speak that anymore because we take on the characteristics of our oppressor. This Bible's the thing that's going to unite us together. Hope you understand that. We got to stop the separation from our tribe. The northern kingdom of Israel, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, must come together with the southern kingdom. That's what you would see right here, the tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians, the West Indians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, people from Guyana. We all the same people, brother. We've been separated through hatred. There's been enmity between the tribes. Y'all got cut off, went into idolatry. We went over here. And now today, when blacks and Hispanics see each other, we don't see each other as the same people.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 11. For with stammering lips and another tongue.
It says with stammering lips and another tongue. Hold that. Get Genesis 11 and 1. I want to show you something. Because what is that? That might be a hard saying to you. Stammering lips, your lips stammering, and another tongue. You only got one tongue in your mouth, so what do you think that's talking about? There you go. We're going to prove it. Genesis 14 and 13. I want you to see what they called Abram.
The book of Genesis, chapter 14, verse 13. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew.
You see how they called Abram the Hebrew? Why do you think they call him the Hebrew? He comes from the forefather Eber. Eber is our like for today. Let's say somebody said I'm from America, so they'd be an American. You see that? Abram was known as a Hebrew because he's from the nationality of Eber. At that time, there was no Israel. You don't read about Israel until further on. Jacob's name was changed to Israel in Genesis 32. Before that, who was the chosen lineage? Those of Eber. So that word Hebrew, it means of old, from the past, Eber. That comes from that. So at that time, that's what they were speaking as well. The name of the language came from the people. You understand that? Now, at the time when I was going to Genesis 11, don't go there, go back to the... What happened in Genesis 11? There was the Tower of Babel, and at the Tower of Babel, what did God do?
He got knocked down.
Yes, but what did he do to all the people, if you remember? At the time of the Tower of Babel, we just read in Genesis 11, they all had one speech. Everybody on the earth spoke one language. So they could all come together, and whatever wickedness they wanted to do, they could achieve it because they had the power of all nations at the same time. So what God did in Genesis 11 is confound their language. That's why the Moabites today, which were the so-called Chinese people, speak Chinese. That's why the so-called Ammonites speak Japanese. That's why people in different lands speak different languages. That's all biblical. Now, why was the Bible translated at the time of King James to what we have today? Right?
Isaiah 28, verse 11. For with stammering lips and another tongue.
So I took you the roundabout way, but it was going to stammering lips in another tongue or language.
Will he speak to this people?
No, he's going to speak to them in Hebrew.
Will he speak to this people?
It was already prophesied from the time of Isaiah. That's thousands of years ago. That he would speak to his people in these last days with another tongue. Why do we speak another tongue? I'm going to let you take a guess.
Maybe because people got moved around in different lands and stuff.
That's true. People got moved around to different lands. You said it kind of nice, though. How did we move to different lands?
We got scattered and
There you go. We were scattered in slavery. So guess what? You take on the characteristics of your slave master. That's why our last names be Jackson, Jones, Smith. Those aren't Israelite last names. Are those Hebrew names? No. That's why you say, hey, how are you doing, sir, today? Rather than shalom. Shalom. We don't speak that anymore because we take on the characteristics of our oppressor. Guess what? Look behind you one more time. We've been touching on it all day. Because we take on the characteristics of our oppressor. Same reason tomorrow morning, you're going to have blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans all up in the Christian church. Singing, we shall overcome, kumbaya. Whatever, I don't even know what songs they sing on Christmas, but they're going to be celebrating their little white baby in the manger, talking about the nativity scene. That's not of the Bible. That's not Hebrew. That's not of God. but that's because we've taken it on through slavery, so you get the point. These days, Ezekiel 3 and 11. Ezekiel 3 and 11. We speak the language of our people because we are commanded to come to our people and meet them where we at. You understand? We come to the highways and the hedges. We come through the hoods. We come through wherever our people at in the city because that's where the Israelites are. Watch the commandment.
Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 11. And go, get to thee them of the captivity.
God said for us to go, get to them of the captivity. The children of the slave trades, whether that's sub-Saharan, transatlantic, God said go to them. Felix, do you understand you were one of the children of the captivity?
Yeah, because of my mom too. My mom's African American.
Your mom's African American, but your father's what? Puerto Rican. Guess what? Puerto Ricans were the children of slavery as well. You ever heard about the conquistadors? You ever heard about that? So one of the famous conquistadors I know you heard of is Christopher Columbus. I know we have DC. This is the District of Columbia. Why do you think it's named after Columbia? Because one of the famous conquistadors, Christopher Columbus, came and conquered this land. What's this country called?
America.
America. Guess what? That comes from Amerigo Vespucci. These are white men that took this land over. In the Bible, you don't read anything called America. You read the description of this land, but it's called Arsara. You read about this land be called Babylon the Great. You don't read about Puerto Rico, the rich port. Why they call it the rich port? When they came over there and started conquering y'all and putting Spanish on you, because remember, your first question, why we don't do the Hebrew? We don't speak Hebrew no more. Why your people speak Spanish over there? And by your people, I mean our people. Why does your tribe speak Spanish? It's a better way to say it.
Right, because like when they talk about Spaniards, right, ain't they talking about Caucasians?
Uh-oh. So we putting something together. Hold up. I speak English. Where English come from? Who's the English people? Is that Israelites? You speak Spanish in Puerto Rico. Where does Spanish come from? The Spaniards living in Spain. Is that Israelites? Bring it out. No. So where was the J is in the Hebrew language back then when they were saying "Como estas" and whooping y'all and putting y'all in chains? You see what I'm saying? The issue, they divided us through language, through culture, through traditions, all of the devil. This Bible's the thing that's going to unite us together. Hope you understand that. We got to stop the separation from our tribes. The northern kingdom of Israel, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans, must come together with the southern kingdom. That's what you would see right here, the tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians, the West Indians, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, people from Guyana. We're all the same people, brother. We are the 12 tribes. God told us to come together these last days. That was the whole mission of Christ. People don't realize that. When Christ came, he came to bring us back into the covenant, establish a new covenant, but back together. We've been separated, get Zephaniah 2. We've been separated through hatred. There's been enmity between the tribes. We didn't see y'all as a people. Y'all got cut off, went into idolatry. We went over here. And now today, when blacks and Hispanics see each other, we don't see each other as the same people. Some of us had that inkling, like, you know, out of all races, they the closest to us. But you gotta see, we're literally the same brothers and sisters. Like, y'all my cousins, literally, by blood. We come from the same forefathers. Y'all my cousins. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
You see how it didn't say, gather together, O blacks not desired? Or gather together, Puerto Ricans not desired? Gather together who?
O nation.
O nation. We're a nation of people. They call it the black community, the Latino community. Those things don't really exist. That's still separating the people God established from the beginning. We come from the same forefather Israel. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and we are all his children. Different tribes, different sons, but we are all the same family.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.